Good afternoon, this is RFC Maki with another set of flight reports from War Thunder played on Xbox One. In this series of games, I'm playing in custom sim battles, against two very good players. In this particular game, we're playing on the Stalingrad map, and I'm flying the German 109E3. I had spotted two planes flying in concert together, and they both appear to be Spitfires, so I assumed these to be both of my opposing players. And so here I get a jump on them, and I think I just fired too early. I believe I completely had them by surprise, and now I've made a mistake. I fired too soon, and my terrible shooting has caused me to miss. I'm also been having trouble lately with my HOTAS flight stick, the rocker bar on the throttle, which I normally use to zoom in and out, has not been responding very easily. So a couple times in this set of games I get stuck. Now in this first encounter, here I am thinking, okay, I've got whoever it is I'm chasing. He pulls a reverse there, so now I know for sure I'm not dealing with an AI. And there you see I lost velocity, and I nearly crashed out on that one. So at this point I realized I shouldn't have done this in the first place, but I can no longer get involved in a turn fight. So I thought, well, let me just go ahead and see if I can't use any speed to get away. I was kind of thinking, well, maybe my 109E3 might be able to outrun a turning Spitfire very low. And here I make the mistake. He fires at me, and rather than just keep going, I thought, well, let me just reverse and dive down. I know that I've had some trouble in my Spitfires in diving and pulling out of a dive, so I thought, well, maybe I'll be able to get him that way. And instead, what I basically just did is went slower and allowed him to turn and get on my tail. So again, same thing. I thought, well, let me just go ahead and try to reverse this and see if I can't get it, but I got shot there and crashed and died. So you can see there that Foz28 is the one who shot me down. Alright, in this second encounter, I'm a little bit smarter, I hoped. And here I am. I have just encountered a Spitfire chasing one of my German planes. And I'm pretty sure with the way that it's flying that this is also one of the players. And so again, bad shooting. I've got the jump on him. He doesn't know I'm there. And here I am. I took a shot now. You can see from his reaction, he either doesn't care that I'm there or he doesn't realize that it's me that fired at him because he's still on the tail of the bandit. So I've got some time. And again, I fired. And again, I thought, I've got this guy. And now at this point, he realizes there's somebody on his 6, so he gives up on his mark. And he turns. Now, I was actually trying to be a little bit smarter here, and I thought, okay, I'm not going to engage in a turn fight with this Spitfire. I'm going to go ahead and escape. So while he's reversing around, I thought I would run away, but apparently here I thought, maybe if I just go and turn into him and I make another dumb mistake, try to use gravity there to speed up my turn, and I'm not going to beat a Spitfire Mark 1, so nearly crashed out on that one. And at this point I realized, okay, I'm in trouble. So now I'm just going to go ahead and race back to my own base, which I know to be not too far since I'd taken off from that just a little while before. I believe this was Rogue Star 1 on my 6 at this point. So he's firing at me, and I can tell by the way his shots are scattering, he's a little bit far back. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to change in the vertical a little bit here and there. Quick check the map every once in a while, but change in the vertical there, hoping to drag him across my airfield, which I need to be pretty close. I thought maybe if he got greedy, I could have my airfield take care of him for me instead of just me. And so again, I'm trying to use speed to stay ahead of him. I'm using a bit of WEP, a little bit of up and down here, just to try to keep him from being able to reach me, so make him fire some desperate shots. Also, those Spitfires, they tend to run out of ammo pretty quickly, so kind of hoping he would run out of ammo. I got to my airfield, and I'm crossing over here, and I kind of thought I was safe, and it turns out that I wasn't really. So while I'm flying even over my airfield and sort of turning over it, making sure that this is in fact where I am, he is still behind me. He still takes a few shots, and he's going to wind up getting some pretty good hits here in a second. There's the airfield, so landing them on my plane. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be safe, but he's desperately shooting. There's the end of my airfield, and I've got a few hits on me. There we go. Take a few hits, and not enough to bring me down, mind you. But now I'm trailing water and trailing steam and maybe a little bit of oil there. So I reverse back over the airfield, hoping there he is on my 6 again. Reverse back just to keep him over my airfield so that my AA can take care of him. Here I thought, now he's broken off, and I've got a chance to actually get on him. But then I get the message that the AA has brought him down. So my original plan worked, but now my plane is barely able to stay in the air. So as is typical with the way I play this game, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't land safely now that I was able to drag Rogue Star 1 over my own airfield and get him off my tail. So I could avoid a death here by somehow slowing myself down, give myself enough turn room, but not enough loss of velocity where I could go ahead and reverse and land back on that airfield with all that damage. Reversing back here, and I gotta say that I used to have a lot of trouble with landing until I got the HOTAS flight stick, and that thing has made me I can really stick some beautiful landings, or at least desperate landings when I need to. I almost never crash on landing anymore. I don't usually fire to slow myself down, but I knew I had a velocity problem here, so go ahead and roll, fire some guns, just to get myself safely landing. So in the first encounter, I got the jump on 2 guys, made some dumb mistakes, had some bad shooting, got shot down. In the second encounter, got the jump on 1 guy, some terrible shooting and some slightly smarter reactions, but still some pretty bad flying, I guess, overall. But this one turned out okay. I managed to land and repair and take off safely, so that was good. In the third encounter coming up here, I'm going to go ahead and fly out from the airfield and head over towards the water to see if I can't figure out. There we go. So now we're back in the air in the third encounter, and I'm flying near the town along the edge, flying near Stalingrad along the edge of the water, and I spotted a Spitfire. Now when it climbed like that, I thought, okay, I've got one more chance to hit an actual player, so I get him pretty close to my guns, and I thought what I was doing was some better shooting. I've got my convergence set to 150, which is good for close-up fighting, and I think I've been firing a little bit ahead now. I also think I tend to lead my shots a little bit too much, but there, some better shooting. Shot this guy down only to discover that he was not a player, but in fact an AI. And at this point I started to feel scared because what happens in sim games is, you shoot somebody down, there's an announcement to the room that you shot somebody down, and if they happen to spot a plane go down, they know where you are. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened here, because as I'm flying over the town thinking I'm safe and sort of picking out another target, I notice a couple shots on my tail, and I'm pretty sure those came from Rogue Star 1, who I knew had some time to respawn after that last shot down over my airfield. So here I am trying to keep an eye out for him and to lose him. Of course, there is no enemy target tracking in this game, so I thought I couldn't see him. I thought I was okay, and some really nice shooting from him there brought me down, and that was pretty much the end of the game. So next time, I hope I improve my shooting, hope I improve my flighting, and learn to fly a little bit smarter. See you guys in the air. Cheers.